All right, so moving along, guys, in our next element is timeliness. Now, timeliness is very, very key when talking about thumbnails and titles. So let's look at what timeliness is. So how does timeliness work? Timeliness work this way. It talks about make a video about what's on everybody's mind right now. So here is about news jacking and trend jacking. It's all about catching what's trending, catching what's on the news, catching what people are talking about right now, what is in the mouth of people everywhere you go. By the time of shooting this video, everybody's talking about Amber Heard and Johnny Depp's defamation trial. So if I'm going to, if I have if I have a channel that talks about news or things related to celebrities, I'll obviously have something about Amber Heard and Johnny Depp defamation trial. So you must be timely in terms of the things you're talking about. Whatever it is, guys, there's always something trending in each and every small niche in this world at any given time. So your duty is to jump on the trend and create a video in and around this trend, or take advantage of the trend and create a video of it. That is not to say if you're shooting videos on telling people how to fish, then you're going to force the story of Amber Heard and Johnny Depp onto your fishing videos. No, don't do that. Look for what is trending in your niche and then catch that trend and see how you can use that trend in your next video. That is what we call timeliness. So let's look at examples of thumbnails that killed it using this element of timeliness. So here are some of these thumbnails that are killing it using the timeliness element. Here is a title of somebody and this person. I love the facial expression of this person, and this person has shown us a lot of non-verbal communication cues that human beings will pick subconsciously. Let's first of all discuss non-verbal communication that this person has used on this thumbnail. This person is holding his thumbs open like this, which means he's inviting you to help him think through this. Like, if there's something that is bothering him, and as you can see, his teeth is out, his jaws are kind of stretching out, his end of the lip is stretching out. If you look at his face, guys, you can see that he's opened his eyes wide, his mouth is open, we can see his teeth. There's probably something that he's wondering about, and he's trying to try and talk about that thing on this video. So the facial expression and the hand gestures tell a lot. Now you can also see that his shoulder is kind of raised a bit. The raising of the shoulder always signify a question mark, like what's going on here? Talking of question mark, of course, there's a question mark on the title and also the thumbnail. And on the thumbnail, it says, "What's time to invest in index fund?" And then there's a question mark right at the end of it all. So it means he's asking a question, he's probably wondering something, and he's probably want to tell us something about the worst time to invest in index fund. No doubt, so many people want to invest in stock exchange and things like index fund and the rest. And people are wondering, okay, is this the worst time? Should I put my money in or should I remove my money? And that is the question probably he's trying to answer in this video. Please be cognizant of some of these words. Worst time to invest in index fund. This video did amazing, and in 4 days alone, in 4 days, guys, this video got 31,000 views. So let's look at some of the reasons why this thumbnail and title worked. Number one, there is negativity. Again, negativity, guys, I'm going to mention this over and over again. If it bleeds, it leads. So negativity there. Is this the worst time? Is now the worst time? Negativity right there. For some reason, human beings are more cognizant and they're more aware of negative things than positive things. And that is why negativity works all the time. And that is why all major news outlets use negativity on the first few news that they show to their audiences. So if you can use negativity, please use negativity. Next, where this one was, is there's curiosity in terms of investing in index fund. And it's asking, is this the worst time? So there's some curiosity there. Is this the worst time? He has opened a huge loop there in the minds of his potential viewers. Timeliness is now the worst time. Remember, he didn't say, is June the worst time or is 2025 the worst time? He said, is now the worst time. This title can be relevant even 50 years from today, because somebody will read it like, is now the worst time. I gave this a 9.2 out of 10, but I feel like I should have given it probably a 9.7 or 6. What do you think, guys? Again, in the description section, please, let's keep chatting there. We'll be glad to read the comments. Other people will be glad to read the comments. How did you rate this thumbnail? How can you rate this thumbnail? Please put it down. Out of 10, guys, how can you rate this? Did I give it a fair rating, or do you think maybe you could have given it a 9.9 or maybe a 10 out of 10? Next is another example that has used timeliness so well. Again, Russia and Ukraine have been on our news bulletins and on our TV for the wrong reasons for the past few months, guys. And everybody's talking about Russia invading Ukraine and how it has been bad for the entire nation and the entire world in terms of one country invading another country. And of course, Russia has gone through some economic sanctions from other countries, and countries have stopped doing business with Russia. I just had McDonald's stop doing business in Russia. YouTube itself said they're not going to monetize any video for people who are living in Russia. So actually, YouTube has technically kicked Russia out of YouTube. This person has, of course, catched a trend. The trend was Russia and Ukraine, and then he did a video on the failed logistics of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Of course, we know Russia and the military logistics, they are so good, but here he's talking about a failed, again, negativity right there, negativity all the time. Failed logistics of Russia's invasion. Russia, again, an authority country right there, and then the invasion of Ukraine. Also, Ukraine is a country that is right time known since Russia invaded them. This video, obviously, for obvious reasons, this video's just got millions of views. We're talking about 6.4 million views in just a week, guys. In a week, this video got 6.4 million views. So trend jacking, news jacking, catching the trend, using the trend to build a story and teach people something is always an amazing way to do this and get those views and subscribers that you need on YouTube in your videos. So let's look at this hook in action. So what are some of the ways that you can come up with titles that are compelling and thumbnails that are compelling that are going to make people to click through and watch your video? Here's an example: the fate of US housing. That's a good example. And then the fate of cryptocurrency. Of course, cryptocurrency has been trending for probably the past 5 years right now, and it's just on an upward trend. If you are new on YouTube and you want to start a channel and you probably know something about crypto and digital currency, you can think of starting a YouTube channel in and around cryptocurrency and digital currency. So the first fate of cryptocurrency is something that people are going to click on because everyone right now is speculating about cryptocurrency and digital currency and the Bitcoin all across the globe as we go and as we approach 2025 and beyond. Next is how a zero-star recruit became an MBA superstar. We're talking about timeliness here, guys. We're talking about things that doesn't have time. They can be used right now. They can be used in the next few weeks. They can be used in the next 3 years or in the next 10 years. People will still be watching these things. 20 Halloween candies you should never eat. So Halloween is a festive event that happens in America, I think almost every November of every year, if I'm not wrong. During Halloween, people take a lot of candies, but this title is telling us that some 20 Halloween candies you should never eat. So, of course, people who celebrate this festive will be curious to know what are these candies I should never eat during Halloween. There's a use of number there, which is 20. We're going to talk about use of numbers and time frame in your titles. And then there is the word never. Never there is a huge word that captures the attention of your potential viewers and listeners. So the example here on timeliness, guys, is the 6 top stock to buy in June of 2021. This particular title, of course, it's specific to a particular time in our lifespan as human beings. It's talking about only June of 2021. I wish this person could have said just June and leave 2021. It means this video could have been relevant each and every year. But right now, because he mentioned 2021, this video might not be relevant in 2024 moving forward. Finally, on this timeliness, housing market, correction or crash, then and when. This is an amazing title which you can also use. Okay, now after timeliness, we come to our next, which is time frame. Another element to make your video go viral is time frame. What's the difference between time frame and timeliness? Now, timeliness, of course, it's a video or it's time that spans across tens of thousands of years in the future. But time frame here now giving people a goal to achieve in a particular time frame, a goal to achieve maybe in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, 10 years, giving people some time frame to achieve some specific goal. So it says how to use time frame here. Tell the audience how long it will take them to reach a particular specific goal. That is what time frame is. Again, you're going to see in our next slide. These things revolves around health, wealth, relationship, and love. Always. Let's look at this. So here's an example of a thumbnail that used time frame element to get 139,000 views in 2 weeks. So let's discuss this. How did he use time frame here? The first one is, we're seeing a lady there. There's makeup there, which is important. They're called props in videos. So there's a nice prop there. And then there are books there. He has held some books, like I think 5 books there in his hands, and is looking at us, and we can also see the books right there. Here is now where it gets interesting. On the thumbnail, he has jotted down some 3 words, and these words are: you are reading wrong. Negativity again. Guys, this negativity thing just keeps working all the time. If it bleeds, finish that up. It leads. You are reading wrong. There's so many people interested in reading. The people who are starting to read today, the people have been reading for years and years. I myself, I like to read. I read so many books. This is a video I'm probably going to look at it right after I finish this video, because I want to know how to read. I don't want to read wrong. There's so many amazing books to read. I don't know how many books I still have on my phone that I want to read. There's so many, and I don't want to read wrong. I want to read right. So this lady is telling you, you are reading wrong. And then the title says, become a better reader in 8 minutes. become a better reader in 8 minutes. Time frame right there. Good use of time frame. This lady is promising us that in 8 minutes, he's going to show us how to read right in just 8 minutes. What a better promise than that. This video, I'll highly click on this video to go and watch it. In just under 8 minutes, somebody's going to tell me how to read properly and get the most from my books. I'm in, all in, without even thinking I'm going to click on this video. So why did this work? Of course, we mentioned some of these reasons why this title and this thumbnail work. And of course, some of the reasons are time frame. He has given us a short time frame. Now, I've alluded to this before. When you're giving people a time frame to achieve a specific goal, please be mindful of the time frame you're giving people. I don't want to learn to become a better reader in 6 months. No, I want to learn to become a better reader in 8 minutes, not 6 months. I don't have 6 months to spare. Remember, human beings are so conscious of the fact that they're growing old and someday they will die. And hence, they don't want to spend a lot of time to learn something or get something or be good at something. The shorter amount of time you can teach a human being something, the better for you and the better for your video to be clicked at and be watched. So time frame is here that makes this video work. Then there's a huge benefit here for people who love to read. The benefit here is becoming a better reader. And then of course there's curiosity. We talked about curiosity in our first element to go make videos go viral. And then there's negativity, which I've also mentioned there. So how would you rate this particular thumbnail? Again, ratings down in the description section. I'll be glad to read them. Other people are going to read how you rate this. Will you give it a 9.5? Will you give it an 8.5? How will you rate this particular thumbnail? Let's keep chatting on the comment section. The next title here, of course, also talks about time frame. And here the title was How I Plan to Reinvent Myself and Change My Life in 1 year. So this is a huge promise here, guys. Again, I don't know how these things are possible, but this person is promising you that in 1 year he's going to tell you his plan to reinvent himself and change his entire or her entire, sorry, it's her entire life here. I think she's a lady. Her entire life. I didn't like the thumbnail though so much. First of all, the pictures were not good qualities. The wordings on the thumbnail were not popping out. They were not bold. I wish you could have used maybe a different color to make the wordings on the thumbnail come out so people can read them clearly. Nevertheless, the video did well and got 157,000 views in just 1 month. So let's look at time frame in action. What are some of the titles you can use as far as time frame is concerned? Here's a title: Become a Better Runner in 3 minutes. Awesome. There's so many people who are starting to run. There's so many people who want to know how to run. There's so many people who are interested in running. And if you can teach them how to run in 3 minutes, that will be something that they'll be interested to learn. Become a better investor in 10 minutes. Huge promise here, guys. A huge promise. I don't know how somebody's going to teach you to become a better investor in 10 minutes, but I'm sure probably the video backed up the promise. And as we all know, me and you, a lot of people are starting to invest in things like digital currency, stocks market, index fund, bonds, and they don't want to go through all these books of Warren Buffett and read The Intelligent Investor and read Tony Robbins' Money and read all these amazing books, because it takes time to read books. People don't even like to read some of these non-fiction books. And if they can get a video that teaches them how to become better investors in 10 minutes, I'm sure the video got so many views. The next example of a title you can use here in terms of time frame is this. The title says, I tested viral AB workout for 30 days and this happened. So time frame there, 30 days, this happened. Please take note of the time frame. They're not long time frame. They're very short. Actually, they're just days and minutes. Some of them are just minutes, some of them are just days. Next, I bought a trending altcoin and this happened. I'm not seeing time frame there, so I'm going to skip on that. Next is how I plan to visit all America's national parks in 1 year. So for those who like to travel and tour different places, here is a good video that you can watch to show you how to travel all the American and national parks in 1 year. America is a huge country. There's so many national parks, and I'm sure for people who like to travel, they want to go through all the national parks. And this video is teaching you, if you have the money, I can show you how to travel all the parks in just 1 year. So a huge promise right there. I hope that the video backed up the promise. And this one hits home, guys. This one hits home for those who are trying to build YouTube channels. And it says, how I plan to get 100,000 subscribers in 1 year. I'll want to get 100,000 subscribers in 1 year. I don't know how many subscribers I have at the time I'm shooting this video. I probably have some few thousands of subscribers. So this video right here is promising me that in 1 year I can make 100,000 subscribers, and the plan that he used or she used is going to show me. So again, there's the use of numbers here and the use of time frame there. Right there. The other one is how to relieve lower back pain in seconds. How to relieve lower back pain in seconds. Do you see how the time frame is just too short? There's nobody so far in the titles we've gone through who has promised something in 5 years or 10 years. All of them are 10 minutes, 3 minutes, 30 days, in seconds. The second last title here says how to relieve lower back pain in seconds. I don't know how that is possible, but maybe it's possible because there are always some posters if you use, you can relieve your lower back pain. The next one is the fastest possible way. Please take note of these terms. The fastest possible way way to retire off dividends. Then the last one here is 1 cup keto Nutella in 10 minutes. Hello friends, I hope you have enjoyed that. You have just watched few of the viral video elements that will make your video go viral. And if you have enjoyed that, then click right here to enjoy the full and edited version of the 10 viral video elements that will make your video go viral on YouTube. It's all about increasing your click-through rate and getting millions of views. So click right here and enjoy the full version of the viral video elements.